Hi guys, and welcome to the Ace Tanker for the PZ2D, the free tank that Wargaming gave out this Christmas. This was a game that was played on stream, and when I finally got my PC up and running and I was finally streaming for the first time on December 31st, New Year's Eve, I decided, you know what, I'm finally back to World of Tanks, and I got this new tank. I haven't played it yet, so I told the guys on stream, I'm going to play the PZ2D, and I didn't know a lot about this tank, and everyone watching said, no, don't do it, don't play the PZ2D, and I said, but I have to play the PZ2D, it's a new tank, I've never played it. But they begged me not to play it, and I was looking at the stats in the garage, and I was saying, but why? I mean, the speed, the top speed, look at this thing does over 40 kilometers an hour. It's quite fast, it's got, I believe, a 40 degree per second traverse speed, so it's fast, it traverses quickly, and yeah, the gun is underwhelming. It's like the original guns on the T7 combat car, and the original Tier 2 British tank that was given out. What was that? That was the Vickers Mark 6C or something. But yeah, 23 degrees of penetration. Really poor. 11 alpha damage. And it's an autoloader. And fires 10 shots every time you go through a clip. So I was thinking, you know what? It's okay. Penetration is terrible, but it's quite fast. Should be fun. I imagine it's a cut down version of the PZ2C. And everyone was correcting me and saying, no, it's nothing like that tank, please don't play it. And I said, well, I'm gonna play it anyway. So this is my first and only game I have ever played in the PZ2D. And it's on Provence, and it's a nice matchup. Unfortunately, a couple of nasty T-18s on the enemy team, but if I can get to the side and rear of the T-18s, then maybe I can do damage to them. But at this point, I'm saying, what the hell? Where's my speed? Where's my acceleration? This thing does not accelerate very fast. Okay, well, I'm doing 40 kilometers an hour here, but man, this tank does not accelerate very fast. Okay, top speed. Okay, so this is not a tank you're going to circle very many enemy tanks to death in. And I'm not using binocs. I'm using a camo net, but I'm not actually using binocs. I don't know why. Maybe I have coded optics on this. I have no idea. But, as I say, my first and only game in the PZ2D right here. And it's a terrible game. Don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a terrible game. And I have no idea how the hell this was an ace tanker. But the fact it was is the fact maybe the tank is just really bad. It's going to be a long time before I find out, because I've got an orange reticule on the rear of an M3 Light. You can see me searching. I've got a green reticule on his tracks, but even the rear of an M2 Light, I've got an orange reticule. Okay, NC31 is something I can pen. Oh, this gun. This gun took me by surprise. So, yeah, we could pen the side of a Tier 1 tank. But there we go. Most of my first clip went in, but my second clip actually missed quite a few shots. So it's not an accurate gun. It's got poor penetration. I must be using coded optics on this tank for some reason, not binocs. I think it's because I thought it was quite fast and quite maneuverable. I went for coded optics over binocs, but I might have to review that decision and save myself 500,000 credits by rebuying more coded optics for another tank. I might just take them off this tank. But yeah, so not a very good game so far. I've only done 41 damage, and I've been doing a little bit of assistance damage, a little bit of spotting damage, but man, oh, I really can't believe this was an ace tanker. I do apologize for you guys if you're actually still watching this and haven't switched off yet, or haven't switched off the moment you saw it was a PZ2D ace tanker. I do have to apologize. Really not an interesting game. We're up to a whole 94 damage. And as I'm talking and playing this on stream, I'm telling the guys that really it's the T-18s I'm most worried about. And unfortunately this guy decides, he kept on following me around. I was very upset with this T-18 because every time I was trying to spot through bushes, he kept on moving up behind me and shooting over my shoulder. So I don't want to get killed because this T-18 doesn't know how spotting mechanics work. And he's doing it again. He is doing it again. You see, the accuracy is not good. And I don't pen anything. So this guy, this T-18 just got me shot. Look at all the damage coming in. I'm getting really upset with this T-18 at this point. I can't remember. Oh yeah, he was an experienced player. That's the other problem. If he was a new player, I wouldn't have minded too much, but 18,000 games, and he is constantly moving up behind a tank that's trying to passive scout or use bush mechanics. Yep. Oh, I forgot I even told him this. This is the first time I'm watching this game since playing it, so I'm telling him to go away. I've lost most of my health. And still two very dangerous T-18s on the enemy team. I was quite lucky that the T-18 who put 2 shots into me wasn't actually using a derp gun. I think he could potentially have basically done a heck of a lot more damage to me if he had been using a derp gun. But okay, T-18 has finally gone away. I've given him the 1,000-yard stare. Stopped talking to him, just pointed at him, and he's finally gone away. So I can resume my bush spotting. Awesome gameplay, guys. So much you guys can not... Well, actually, no, there's so little you can learn from this game. So yeah, I'm all... at this point in the stream, I'm agreeing with the people who told me not to play this tank. Don't play the PZ2D, Irish. It's a terrible tank. You're going to regret it. And I'm agreeing with them at this point. So I'm reversing down simply in case I get spotted. I can advance and get out of the line of fire more quickly. But, oh, come on. This is such a boring game. I can't remember if I gave you a warning at the start of this replay. I'm speeding it up here, and I don't normally do this in replays, but it's a PZ2D replay, and this is not a good tank, guys. It's free, so I can't complain too much, but... Oh, the accuracy on this gun is terrible. So I remember someone telling me in chat it was the same gun as on the Panzer IIJ. But the thing about the Panzer IIJ is it has armor. You can get up close and personal where the penetration doesn't matter so much. So I'm going to shoot down on this guy's weakest armor, trying to land shots on his upper front plate and manage to do 0 damage. So I'm up to a whole 159 damage, guys. That's basically 1 shot from a Gross tractor. So I'm just firing at random, trying to force the enemy tanks to move. And at this point I think I say... Yeah, at this point I think I say, oh, screw it. This is a horrible tank. I can't take this gameplay anymore. Let's just advance. Now, going downhill, this tank was actually quite fast. I'm doing 50 kilometers an hour along here. And as soon as we hit a rise, look at that speed drop off. So I said, okay, well, I've got a T-18 camping at the back. I'm just going to go up and see if I can get some spots for him. But I'm doing a whole 10 kilometers an hour up here, and I'm really starting to hate the tank, but thankfully I don't have to play it again. Okay, enemy T-18 is spotted. And I'm hoping our T-18 can actually hit him, but our T-18 misses. Come on. So I'm basically playing a really dangerous game here. I'm not sure what gun the T-18 is using. So I figure, you know what? Trying to keep him spotted, trying to poke, keep him spotted. Not a very, very intelligent thing to do. So I'm going to relocate. And again, going downhill, we get up to 53 kilometers an hour. And now we just have to turn back up and go back up the hill. And yeah, 6 kilometers an hour. Actually, it just reminds me, this tank is a little bit depressing, a little bit like the T-3485M was. On paper, the tank looks fast, it looks maneuverable, but once you get it in-game, it's just terrible. So, the enemy T-18 finally decides to advance. I was hoping to flank him, but 3 tanks left on the enemy team, and I've just found the MS-1. So am I going to do more than 160 damage in this game? And the answer is yes! I managed to put in one shot, a whole 10 damage into the MS-1. Come on, where's your cupola? Come on, cupola shots. So we end up doing more damage. We get another about 50 damage into him. I do take another hit. I'm a one-hit kill now. So I'm up to 217 damage. And I completely forget about the T-18 behind me. And basically what was happening there was I was talking to the stream. I wasn't even looking at my screen. I was looking at the chat window. And I was saying, you know what, guys, you're right. This is a terrible, terrible tank. And I completely and utterly forgot about the T-18 behind me. Okay, well, that's it. Thankfully, our team managed to finish up. Let's speed it up. And we end up winning. So while I was still face-palming over the fact that the T-18 was still alive and managed to kill me, I completely, don't know, looking at chat, completely for some reason failed to register that there was still an enemy tank in play. But yeah, this popped up. It was an ace tanker, and I think I laughed on stream for a whole 2.5, maybe 3 seconds, because it means it's my first ace tanker in the first game in the tank ever, and I don't have to play it ever again, although I probably will on special days, but it's not a good tank, and I think my impressions of this tank from just one game are fairly negative. Everyone who was warning me in chat not to play it, yeah, you guys were right, it's not a very fun tank to play. Armor isn't fantastic, the speed isn't fantastic, the maneuverability isn't fantastic, and the gun is, to be honest, terrible. But yeah, ace tanker in a terrible, terrible game, and somehow magically we didn't come first, but somehow magically we picked up an ace tanker for just 667 XP, which pretty much maybe shows how bad the tank is. Now, you gotta remember, I wasn't playing this on the day it was released. I think maybe I could have done a lot better in this tank if I'd been playing against a lot of PZ2Ds, but the fact is I played it about a week after the tank was released, and no PZ2Ds on the enemy team and no other PZ2Ds on this team. So I think maybe people aren't playing the tank very much anymore, and as a result, well, maybe they aren't playing it very much anymore because it's not a fun tank to play, and as a result it's very, very easy to pick up an ace tanker. But yeah, 66, 67 XP, 237 damage done was enough for an ace tanker. That's terrible. It really is terrible. And just the one kill. Now, I did do almost 500 assistance damage, so maybe that helped towards the ace tanker. But it's a terrible gun. Come on, I hit about half my shots and only about half of those penned. Really, really not a good tank and not a good money maker. I mean, it's a tier 2, so what do you want? Only 14,500 credits earned, but I did earn 1,000 XP exactly with a premium account. First game ever in the tank was a ×2, so 2,700 XP overall. Yeah, I don't know. You guys have probably played this tank a lot more than I have, and you are right. I don't think I'm going to be playing this tank again anytime soon. Anyway, I apologize for putting you through that game. It was a terrible game and a terrible tank. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.